Hey there, this is Tony with ClickFunnels for Non-Techies by Alpha Blossom. Today I'm going to show you how to integrate Moosend with ClickFunnels, and this is actually an update to a video that I shot not too long ago. Unfortunately, Moosend updated their platform and it no longer integrates with ClickFunnels the way I showed you in my last video. So I wanted to update you with this video, and by the time you watch this, I'll share a little bit of code with you that you can use. Makes it very easy, and this will give you everything you need to know with the updated information. So stay tuned and make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to our channel so you can be notified with the latest updates. Thanks to one of the commenters on my last video, Ryan. He shared some information with me that as far as how to make it work, and I played around with it a little bit, so I figured out how to make it work now. I've got some code to share with you guys, so I wanted to update the video so you guys could integrate Moosend with ClickFunnels so that when somebody signs up through your ClickFunnels form, it sends that information directly to Moosend. So as you can see here on this picture, we have Moosend plus ClickFunnels integration. It's a direct integration, including custom fields, like if you wanted to have a yes/no drop down and some additional text inputs to ask some specific questions. And you don't need any third-party apps, you don't need Zapier or anything like that. It just allows you to integrate a Moosend form into your ClickFunnels, and you can have additional questions and things like that. When somebody submits the form on ClickFunnels, that information is sent to Moosend and it's added to your contacts information, so you have those additional details which allow you to do very powerful things like segmentation and things like that. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So here's the form that we built out originally, and it's a ClickFunnels integration with Moosend. I'm not going to show you how to do the form inside of ClickFunnels again. If you want to know how to do that, I've explained that fully in the first video, which I linked to in the description below, so you can watch that as far as setting up the form. I'm just going to show you how to set up the Moosend side of things and how to integrate it with the ClickFunnels form. So here's our existing form. We have name, email address. I have, do you already have a ClickFunnels account? And this is a yes/no field. And then I have a what's your biggest challenge using ClickFunnels, and this is a paragraph text field so they can enter as much information as they like. And then downloads your free report. That submits the form and takes you to the next step in the funnel. So let's hop over to Moosend, and I'm going to create a brand new list. So I went down here to mailing list. We're going to create a new list, and I'm going to call it ClickFunnels Moosend Integration. I'm going to save that. And previously, after the list settings, there was a place where you could actually access the form specifically for this list, and that's what I showed in the first tutorial. That's no longer available. Now to do that, you have to go to lead generation, you have to build a new form, and that's where that's handled. But there's still a way to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So inside of the list you're working with, you want to go to custom fields, and you can see here you have email and name. So those are going to be the standard default fields. We're going to add a couple new fields here. So the first field is going to be ClickFunnels account. And we're going to add these to the code. So I'm going to use it in this format here without any question marks or special characters. And I'm just separating everything by an underscore. And always want to use a text field here. Other types of fields will not work for this. So inside of ClickFunnels, you can choose different types of fields, but on the Moosend side of things, it always has to be a text field. So this is here. We're going to save this custom field. So we've added our first field, which is, do you already have a ClickFunnels account? And we want to add the second field, which is, what's your biggest challenge using ClickFunnels? So I'm going to add a new custom field here, and I'm just going to call it biggest challenge. And again, that just has to be a text field. We're going to save that, and that's it. So I've got some code here that I put together, and this is going to be basically the code that we're going to use for the form. So what we want to do here is we want to change this with our form ID, and then we have to change the emails, add our email, custom email fields down below. So let's go back into Moosend here. So our mailing list ID is up here. We just want to grab that and copy it. And I'm using a text editor. It's called Sublime Text. You definitely want to use some type of text editor, whether it's Notepad or something like that, that allows you to maintain your code formatting. So I changed the form ID here, which is the action link. So that's going to make sure this information is sent to the right form. And then the next thing we want to do is, I have some sample fields up here, so you can just copy this field, and we're going to add it right here below where it says insert custom fields here. And we're doing 2 of these, so I'm going to add 2 fields. Okay, and then the type is going to be text, so we're always using text field. We just want to change this part here where it says field name and field ID with the 2 fields that we've added. So for the first one, the first field name is ClickFunnels account, so we're going to copy that. And then we're going to go back to the text editor here, and we're going to replace everything, including the brackets. So we have our name ms-ClickFunnels account. And the second one is biggest challenge. We're going to copy that. And we're going to go back and leave it ms-, and then we're going to change our name there. And then we need the field IDs, so we go back to Moosend. So the first field ID is, you can see right here, it says field ID. So we want to copy this ID number here. And we want to go to field ID for the first one. Make sure you get them in the right location or else it's not going to work properly. And then we want to copy the second field ID here. Okay. Now, since we're cleaning this up, I'm just going to remove all these comments here, and I'm just going to tighten up, get rid of all the spaces, because we really don't need it inside of ClickFunnels. So you don't have to do that, but it's just a little bit less text. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to go over to ClickFunnels, and we're going to set up our integration. And again, my first video goes into how to do this from scratch, so I'm just going to take it from there. So we're going to select our integration, which is going to be the CF Moosend integration. The action is going to be integrate existing form, and we're going to add our HTML below, parse and save. And then you can see here we've got our information down here. And you notice I can't scroll. Every once in a while ClickFunnels glitches up like that. So I'm going to save and exit. And then I'm going to come back here, back to edit the page. I'm working on an actual variation. So, and now if we go back, we should be able to scroll fully down below. So make sure you sync these. And it's important to note, this is really easy to screw up, but on your form, your name is first and email is second, is how I have it here. Here, email's first and name is second. So you want to make sure you match up email to email and name to name. And then here is a ClickFunnels account. We want to sync that to CF account. And here's the biggest challenge. We want to sync that to biggest challenge. And then this link is going to be the next step in the funnel. That's my thank you page. So you want to make sure that's correct. And we're going to save. And I'm going to preview this in an incognito window. So for my name, I'm going to put Tony Epwright. For email, I like to add a plus and the date here, some extra information, so it acts like an individual, a unique email. And then I'm going to put test1 at alphablossom.com. So every time you test, you can change this part after the plus, and it will test it as a unique email. That way you don't have to keep coming up with new email addresses. And I'm going to put here, finding good resources to learn, and download free report. And there we go. It took us to our thank you page. So now let's go back to Moosend and see if that information actually appears in our list. So let's view the list. And here we go. We have info 2020-04-10 test 1. And let's click there and see if the information has come across. So, biggest challenge is finding good resources to learn. ClickFunnels account no, which is what we entered. There's name and email. So everything's correct. So that's it. Everything else is the same as my previous video. This part just tells you how to integrate this code. I'm going to actually share a link to this funnel, and I've got the code down below that you can actually just copy and paste. So you can copy this and use that with your text editor and then make your adjustments. So this will have the test form on here for you guys to look at, and then down below you can see the code. You can copy and paste. It has some basic instructions in there. So hopefully that will be helpful to you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will be happy to help out. And don't forget to like this video, share it, and make sure to subscribe to our channel so we can keep you up to date. You'll get notifications of our latest updates.